Hello, and if we're doing this right, we're going to teach you how to download pictures onto your computer. Let's first start the computer. This is your home page, or your desktop rather. So your digital camera has a removable disc. This disc is taken out of the camera and inserted in the side of the computer. Or you can leave this disc in, and on the body of your camera there will be a port. You connect the camera with this cable, plug it into this port, and then this goes into the USB 2 port on the side of the computer. This goes in the side of the computer. So, whichever way you decide to do it, you will get the same results. In some cases, you may need to turn the camera on for the computer to read that the item is there, the disc is there. Now, as you see, this one is telling me that I've connected to the camera, and I want to browse the files. Double click on that, removable storage. There's two files here, DCIM and miscellaneous file folder. Haven't got a clue what this one does. Don't know why it's there. DCIM, I believe, stands for Digital Camera Images. Then, in this case, my camera creates a file for every day that pictures are taken. These files were created on the 12th of November. And you can see that file is an MVI or a movie. See the little movie screen. You can adjust the size of this. I like using large icons. Then when you touch this, it shows up here, and you can preview that. Okay, so pictures I took today are in the file folder dated 11/17, and I just took some pictures quickly so I would have some for display. If you click on them twice, they'll open to full size so you can view them. And there is our puppy Wrigley on the couch. Okay, that's if you put the camera in. I'm going to close that now, and I'm going to close this, and I'm going to turn the camera off because it is wasting my batteries. I am going to take the card out of the camera and put it in the side of the computer. Now the downside to this is the card, every time it goes in and out, wears out a little bit, as well as the connection to the camera. Okay, I've just inserted inside. An autoplay should open. This will automatically import the pictures and videos. I've never done that. I always use this, open file folder to view files. And this is the same file folders again, except you have this NCFL, have no idea what that is. Don't even bother with it. DCIM, again, digital camera images. The same as before, but it's also showing pictures taken from a different camera, a different file folder. 100 Nikon is a Nikon camera. These are Canon. Different format for every brand of camera. We are interested in these pictures. I move that to the right hand side. This is what I will call the source disk. And again, I can change any way I want to look at these as tiles, Details will have the day that they were made, the time they were made. A list just lists them by name. Small icons, pretty useless. Medium icons, hard for me to even see what they are. Large and extra large. Okay, so I like the large. You decide what you want. I'm going to put that off to the right. I want to put them in a file folder. So I hit the start button and I'm going to go to Pictures. That's opened another window. I already have file folders in here and I already have pictures in here. But I want a new file folder. In some of the older versions of Windows, under Organize, there's a choice to put a file folder, new file folder. My version of Windows, there's a button right there, new file folder. The words to file folder, when it opens, come up in blue. That means it's editable. Right now it's not. You click on the words, click right on the words. Okay, let's make it happen. When it's highlighted in blue, it's editable. You can either hit return to delete it, or you can just start typing. I'm typing in today's date, starting with the year. The reason I do this is it will organize it by the year. If you start with a month, then November of 2012 will be behind file November 2011. That's the way 2012 and 2011 are sorted. That's a lesson for another day. Okay, so I've named this new folder 2012 1117. Okay, now this could be full size, but then I can't see the other folder. So I want to minimize it using this window. Also, you can double click on that bar and that makes it, but this is the easiest thing to do, right there. When there's two windows or two little rectangles, it means it's full size. I don't know why. When it's one, it's reduced. You also, when you get that double-headed arrow, can drag the side of it and drag the bottom and top. Make it as big or small as you want. You can also move this divider so your file to preview is larger. So now I know, for example, that MVI 053 is a movie, because I accidentally had the camera set for movie when I started. And I can take that movie and I can drag it over. I can take all these files and drag them over. And they show up over there. They are now on my computer because I know libraries, pictures, date. Over here, it's a computer, Canon, DCIM, and then mine has the date. Now let's say I want to take every picture in this folder. I could drag them over one at a time. Boom, 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 boom. It would take a long time. Instead, I click on the first one. I scroll down, being careful not to touch anything. And I hit the Shift button first, and I click on the last one. They're all now highlighted. I can drag them all over. Now this is 146 pictures, so it's probably going to take a long time. Probably something like 3 minutes, or maybe less, because it's only 100. Seconds remaining. As you can see by the progress bar, you don't get that when there's a few pictures. You only get that when there's a lot. Okay, now because I had dragged one over already, it's telling me that I've already got one with the same name. And you can compare. They're the same size, they were modified the same date, so it's obviously the same picture. You can say don't copy because you don't want to copy it. You can say copy but keep both files, and you can copy and replace it. And then you can click this button down here to do this for all the conflicts. So if you do copy and keep both files just for shits and giggles, you will find that you have a file, the original file, DSCN 1820, and then it created another one with parentheses 2 on it. They're identical files. You don't need that one. You can right click, go down to delete, and you delete, and it's gone. Now, I didn't particularly need these pictures. I just did it for today's purposes. So I'm going to highlight all of them. While I'm above one of them, I right click, I delete. Are you sure you want to delete these? Yes. Okay, so I've deleted all those pictures, and you think they're gone, but they're not necessarily gone. Go to your recycle bin, double click, there they all are. Now, I don't need them, but if I accidentally remove them, I could highlight them, and I could right click and restore. I do not want to restore, I want to delete them so they're off my computer forever. Do you want to do this? Yes. Recycle bin is empty. There's also another way to empty the recycle bin, but I forget right now. Okay, so now you have these pictures that you want. They're in the file folder you want. There we go. And now we have a slideshow. And I believe you can leave this in a continuous loop. If you have 150 pictures and you have friends coming over for dinner, you put them on the big screen TV, and you can just have the pictures cycling through all night long. As I said, I quickly took these pictures just to have some media for today's presentation. I believe the escape button gets you back. When you're done, you can close the window here. But say you decided that you didn't like the name of the folder, you click down on that, you can rename it. You can call it let's call it Wrigley 2012. And then I say, Wrigley 2012 isn't the right name. Let's keep that name 2012-11-17. Either way. So, as you can see, I have a lot of junk pictures in here. A lot of junk, but I gotta clean up my computer. I close that. I want to close this before I pull the disk out of the port so that the computer doesn't think that it's still reading it. And then, of course, to shut it down, you shut it down there. If, for instance, you've got the disk in the port and you can't find it, you go to computer. There it is. It may have a different name. This is what it calls it when it's with a Canon. Double click, there's the DCIM. Also, you can open pictures from here, you can open documents from here, and this is another route. There are my pictures, and here are my videos, for example, which has pictures in it, oddly enough. Something I need to correct. You're double clicking on a video. It's a video of Wrigley in the car after a hot day at the dog park enjoying the air conditioning. It was inspired by another video. So, we close that. This needs to be closed so we can eject it. And then you can shut down the computer, as we all know how to do. Then we take the disc and the camera, and we're going to put the disc back in the camera. You'll notice it goes in with the top or down. Some cameras may be facing forward, some may be facing backward. It won't go in backwards. It will only go in the right way. Turn it on, and I'm ready to take a picture. Okay, hopefully this explains everything you need to know about downloading your pictures. And you can watch this repeated times. Thank you and have a nice day.